I'll say this the only time, and it's um, I was asking God to take the weed away from me. That's the big thing. Like, God, you take it away from me. I don't want to do it on my own. You take it away from me, so that way, and it's kind of makes it somebody else's responsibility. Makes it God's responsibility. I guess He didn't take it away from me because I'm still using. Um, so when I was doing that, I was crying out to God, saying, you're not taking it away from me. What's going on? And so He answered me, not in an audible voice or anything. It was just something that was in my heart and in my mind. But I feel like it was God's presence that created that emotion in my heart and in my mind. He answered and said, "You have to make a choice right now. You're going to choose to serve me, or you're going to choose to serve marijuana. And that's your choice. Before you make that choice, know this, that I love you. Now make your choice." And,
Amen.
yeah. And
There you
then
go.
I, chose to follow God. And when I did that, I felt like He gave me instructions on how to do that because I went to Celebrate Recovery a little bit, but anyways, the tool that I used a lot, and I would recommend this to anybody who's listening, talking about reading the Bible, I would pick a verse from the Bible, and it wasn't a famous verse. It was just open the Bible, find a verse. If you want to use two or three, but it was something that I could memorize. So anytime throughout the day, I was like, I could smoke some weed right now. I would block that and I would replace it with that Bible memory verse. So first, it takes like 10, 15 minutes to remember the verse. So you have it hammered in your head.
Hmm.
And then if you do forget it, you have it written down. It's in your pocket. Like, what's that last word? Oh, so that's what I did. I did that for about 3 months. It probably didn't take that long, but I probably had maybe 20 or 30 Bible. I would learn a new verse every day,
Sure.
and then I would try to remember the ones that I had already learned. And that was the last time I smoked weed. But even still today, I'm thinking, "Man, I could smoke some weed right now." But I remember, I think God's still holding me to that, we're going to serve.
You
So,
should, if
yeah.
I can offer some other help.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
recite the Serenity Prayer
I,
every day.
yeah, the serenity prayer. I was going to mention that earlier.
And that's the key, really, to, I think for anybody that's struggling with anything, you have to want to change.
Yeah,
You have to get that desire to
yeah.
change. Otherwise, you'll never do it.